So my first camera was a Canon PowerShot. Not professionally, not at all. In fact, I didn't even know that DSLRs existed. I knew absolutely nothing about photography, and I was literally going with this thing on automatic, like all the time. 3 months into having this camera, I realized, it had settings like aperture and shutter speed and ISO. It really fascinated me. I started reading about photography and started looking at other photographers' work, and it really stuck by me that this was something that I really wanted to do. I was just so interested in this topic. I was really fortunate that amazing mentors online stepped into my world of photography, and it opened up a whole new world for me. And I bought the Canon 650D and a 50mm 1.8 lens, and that was literally what I stuck with for a whole year, doing business with it. The only thing that I added onto my equipment list was 2 flashes, 2 umbrellas, and 2 light stands. And everything else was DIY. Everything else, like my backdrops, my light diffusion sets, everything else was DIY. That's all I had for a whole year, and that's all I used, and I made a lot of money with it. So please do take this serious. I mean, the entry-level DSLRs that we have nowadays for starting out, it is incredible. The technology has just advanced so much that you seriously don't need a full-frame camera to start off with. A very good friend of mine, who is also a very good photographer in Namibia, Beverly, she used to book like all her shoots by me, and she ended up literally enjoying this so much, seeing what I do with what I do, that she ended up booking more shoots and more shoots, because it was just incredible for her to see what I could achieve with so little that I had. But still, I felt, my camera was powerful enough, and I had the lighting setup that obviously complemented most of what I was doing. She insisted, obviously, every single time that she came to the studio that I do upgrade and I do get a better camera and I do get better lenses, because, she had a mother of a camera. I think her camera was something like 40 grand. I'm not too good with the Nikon brand, but I do believe it was one of the latest out there. At the time, the 5D Mark II, Mark I was like the top camera. She had like the best top-notch Nikon D range something. So yeah, for most it was probably a big joke, but at the time I was also one of the best known and doing the best in Windhoek, Namibia with my photography, so I wasn't complaining. And at the same time, I was also saving up in order to buy a full frame, because now you also need to look at it from a business perspective. Once you get to that point of you've learned what you need to learn about your camera, you've learned what you need to learn about photography, like, for example, things like especially lighting and so forth. So now you've come to the point where you have decided, I'm going to turn this into a business, because I enjoy it so much. And you end up, from a business point of view, you just need to start saving money in order to invest in more gear. That's a fact. No, you can't do anything about that. And things that that I at that time felt was not necessary to invest in, because a lot of photographers do that. They get crazy. They buy gear, they buy props, they buy backdrops, they buy every single thing that they can buy or get their hands on, because this is what they see other photographers do online. This is what they see or feel they need to have in order to produce a fantastic product. And this is the problem I think a lot of photographers have, is they start following all these photographers online, and they see that they've got all this gear, they've got all this lighting. They start buying ridiculous backdrops and props and things, honestly, that they don't need. Especially the newborn photographers starting out, it's ridiculous. It's crazy, and it's one of the most expensive genres that one can literally walk into. There is just nothing more expensive that I've done, and I can say that from experience, because it happened to me as well, that you become so intrigued with this genre of photography that you end up spending such a lot. You haven't established your genre, you haven't established your style, because we all have a different style, and that's what makes photography so fascinating and so beautiful. So there you go, guys. This is how I started my career in photography, and these were the images that were created with that gear. So please do subscribe to our channel and become a part of our tribe, and like this video for more videos like these and videos about my style. See you guys again next time. Bye bye.